Classroom Corner. Welcome back. Happy to have you guys here. I hope you guys had an amazing week. I hope you maybe learned something new, maybe laughed a little bit, had some laughs, had some fun. I hope it was just a good week overall. So we're just gonna jump straight. Well, we can't just jump straight into this week's story because we gotta look back at last week's story. Thinking of brains, what was last week's story? You can go ahead and look over here and have a hint. It has something to do with the house. Now, what could that story might have been? Has something to do with the house. I'll give you another hint. It has something to do with sand. It has something to do with a rock. What could it be? It was the two builders, the one who built his house on rock and the one who built his house on sand. That's a long title there, but you guys know what I mean. So we learned about the two builders and how one was a wise builder and one was a foolish builder, and how one built his house on rock and it was sturdy and he had that strong foundation of God, but then the other one built his foundation on sand and his house did not do too well when the rains came tumbling down. So we sang a song, we had some fun, and it was great. And that was our first parable, and we're actually super exciting. We're going to go over another parable today, which, yeah, I'm excited for that. It's a good one too, but they're all good parables. So anyway, all right, we'll go ahead and we'll just jump right into it. Okay, so the story's in here in the Beginner's Bible, which I'm so happy about. And this one is called The Good Samaritan. And it comes from Luke chapter 10, verses 25 through 37. So, the story goes as this. One day, a lawyer put Jesus to the test. He said, "I know the law says to love God with all my heart and to love my neighbor as myself, but who is my neighbor?" So he approaches Jesus and he's like, "I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to give you a question. You're going to have to answer it." So we go over this verse a lot, how you should love the Lord with all your heart, with all your mind, all your soul, and love your neighbor as yourself, and all that. So he's saying, he's like, I know that. He's like, I know the law says to love God with all my heart, so love my neighbor as myself, but who is my neighbor? And that's a very good question. Who is your neighbor? And, here. Take a guess. Think in your brains. What do you think your neighbor is? Is your neighbor your next door neighbor? Is your neighbor anybody? Is your neighbor your parents? We'll see. So Jesus is funny sometimes. Sometimes some people will ask him a question and he will respond with a story instead of a question. So the story answers the question, but he tells it in a story. He doesn't just give a straight up answer, which I think is pretty neat. So, Jesus told him this parable. So here we go, another parable again. And last week, think of your brains, what did we say that a parable was? Think of your brains. A parable was a story that had a meaning behind it, and a story that taught something to whoever was listening. So, Jesus told him this parable. A man was on his way to the city of Jericho. Some robbers beat him and stole everything he had. I just realized I did not show you the prior picture. So here you go. There is the Good Samaritan, and not the Good Samaritan. There is the lawyer, and then there is Jesus. And the lawyer is talking to Jesus. And then here we have this guy over here going to Jericho, and then he got beat up by these two guys. Not good. Those guys are not good people. So some robbers beat him and stole everything that he had. So not good at all. Here, I'll show you this picture ahead of time. So there he is. There is that man there, right here. So that's this guy. So he just got robbed and got taken from everything he had. And then we also see a person walking, because I got a little ahead of myself and showed you guys that picture. So let's find out who this person is. So the man was hurt, and he needed help. Along came a priest. The priest saw the man, but he did not stop. Along came a helper in the temple. He saw the man, but did not stop. And then along came a Samaritan man. When he saw the hurt man, he stopped, and the Samaritan cleaned up the man's wounds. So you have three people here. So the first one comes along, he's a priest, and he doesn't help him. We don't really know why, but he doesn't help him. And then along came a helper in the temple. He didn't help him either. But then the third man came, and he was a Samaritan. And when he saw the hurt man, he stopped. And then the Samaritan helped the guy. So he lifted the man onto his own donkey and took him down the road to an inn. He stayed at the inn. The Samaritan man took care of the hurt man all night long. So look at that. He's being so nice. So there's the Good Samaritan, and there is the man who got hurt, or the man who got robbed. So he's helping him out all day and all night long. That is so nice of him. In the morning, the Samaritan man gave the innkeeper 2 silver coins and said, "Take good care of him until I return." So 2 silver coins, that was a pretty good amount of money. It wasn't too crazy, but it was a good amount of money. So he's given him, I didn't show the picture, sorry. Here we go. So there he is giving the coins. And he said, "Take good care of him until I return." Then after Jesus finished the story, he asked which one of the 3 men was a neighbor. So story's over. That was the story. And Jesus finished the story and asked which one of the 3 men was a neighbor. So he's asking this to the lawyer again, him and the lawyer are talking. And the lawyer answered, "The one who took care of the hurt man." And Jesus said, "Go and do as he did." So there you go. So there is Jesus talking to the lawyer once again. And the lawyer, he's smiling now. He's like, I get it. Do you guys get it? Do you guys get what Jesus said when he said, "Go and do as he did"? Do you guys get it? We'll go ahead and we'll talk about it a little bit. So Jesus asked the lawyer which one of these 3 men was the neighbor. The lawyer said, do you remember the lawyer's answer? Yes, he said the Good Samaritan, or the one who took care of the hurt man. So he went and the man, he helped him. And because he helped him, that is what, when God says love, hold on, let me get the exact wording here, or that it said before. Said to love God with all my heart, and to love my neighbor as myself. I'm sorry, I'm getting all mixed up here. So when the lawyer answered, the one who took care of the hurt man, Jesus said, "Go and do as he did." So he's saying that the person who helped him was the neighbor. So he's saying to the lawyer that, like, hey, you go ahead and go do what he did and go be a good neighbor. So there you have it. That is the story for today. Sorry, that explanation at the end was a little bit rocky, but we got it. So there you have it. So that is the story for today. So because we finished the story, we get another poster piece here. Let me get this up camera. There we go. So we get another poster piece, and this poster piece is 2 bandages. You can see that. So go ahead and think, why would we have 2 bandages for the piece today? Any guesses? Well, it was because the Good Samaritan went and patched up and healed the man who was robbed. He didn't have a name, but the man who was robbed. So there we go. Go ahead and put that on there. Our heart balloons are getting very colorful. They're not just red, but they're got all sorts of things. So here we have our do unto others in gold, which represents the golden rule. Then we have our one house here, but that is to remind us of the 2 houses with the wise builder and the foolish builder. And then here we have some band-aids for the Good Samaritan. So there we have it. That is that. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and go down here and read the verse. Oh, can you guys see that? Yes. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and read the verse here. And this comes, well, I'll read the verse first. It's been the verse for the whole entire month, so hopefully you guys know it a little bit by now. So now faith, hope, and love remain. These 3 things, and the greatest of these is love. And actually, in our story, the Good Samaritan, he showed a lot of love to the person who was robbed. So that is a very great example of love. And that comes from 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 13. So there you go. We're going to go ahead and move on to, what are we going to do? we'll go ahead and we'll do the dice. We'll do the dice. So let's see what we get. I'm gonna do a reroll. Alright, we got blue. Well there you, oh, look at that. Okay, so you must love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your being, with all your strength, with all your mind, and to love your neighbor as yourself. And there you go, that works out perfectly. We've had this verse already, but that works out perfectly because we were talking about like who's your neighbor and loving your neighbor. So there you go, love your neighbor as yourself. Look at that. And we also go over that all the time in class, and that comes from Luke 10 verse 27. So there we have it. We're going to go ahead and move on to the craft next. Now I pre-did the craft, but this is something that is pretty cool. Alright, so it's a first aid kit. That's the craft for today. We're making a nice first aid kit. And the way that this was made, I probably should have glued it on camera, but you can just go ahead and take a piece of paper, fold it in half, and then you just glue the two sides here. So you glue this part, and then you glue this part, and then it can open up like that. But then it also won't. It'll be held, like it won't unfold again because you glued it. And then you can go ahead and punch out a little hole for the handle if you want. You don't have to. You could maybe put a string on it if you want to hold it like that or carry it like that. It's up to you. And then you can write first aid at the top, just anywhere. You can write your first aid kit. Some people know it's a first aid kit. And you could decorate it and do all sorts of stuff. And then in your first aid kit, you could put all sorts of things. So I have some things here. So we have like scissors. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Scissors. We have a first aid emergency manual. So these are just some ideas of things you can put in there. You don't have to put everything, or you don't have to make everything, because there's a lot of stuff here. But you can just kind of put in whatever you want. I'm going to be listing all the things, so you can pick like 30 or more. Up to you. You do whatever makes you happy. And then we have our instant cold pack here. And we have antibiotic ointment. And a thermometer, take your temperature. And there's a lot of stuff here. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the first aid kit, because there's a lot of things that you need in a first aid kit. So, you have antiseptic wipes to clean wounds. You have some binding here for I can't think of the word. But to patch yourself up if you need to. And then we have some Q-tips and a triangular bandage that you can use if you broke your arm or something. And that is it. So there's a lot of stuff in here. But then you could just put them all together and then carry it around, and you have your own little first aid kit. It doesn't work because it's paper, but then you have your own little first aid kit. Or you could maybe take a first aid kit at home and decorate that. Put like a piece of paper on it and decorate that. Up to you. So why do you think we would be making a first aid kit? Why, out of all the crafts we could be doing, why do you think why do you think we need to make a first aid kit? Think your brains. Do you have an idea? Awesome. So it's because the Good Samaritan went and took care of the person who was robbed. Just like the band-aids on here. That was pretty much the same exact explanation, but you guys get it. So there you go. That is the craft for today. As for the song of the week is going to be, I don't know the name of the song, but it comes from, it's a verse song, so it comes from Matthew chapter 7, verse 7. You guys should know this, because we used to sing it all the time in class. We still sing it pretty frequently, but we would go, and it's the one with the door, so it's like, ask and you shall, and you shall be given unto, it shall, sorry, ask and it shall be given unto you, seek and ye shall find, knock, and you knock on the door, and the door shall be opened unto you, alleluia, alleluia. So there you go. So it's that one, nice, short, sweet, and simple, but, it's about, you're opening the door for others, and you're helping others, so I thought it would be a perfect fit, and you can still do the whole, everyone has a door, so, you can do the door, the thing that we usually do with the door in a normal classroom situation, which would be, Pretty cool. So, yeah. That's it. We're running a little short here, but it's alright. We can finish early. So, we're going to go ahead and say the Lord's Prayer. You guys know the drill. You guys say the first line and then, I say the first, I'm all sorts of mixed up today. I'm going to say the first line and then you're going to say the second line and then we're going to go, or you're going to, sorry. You think I would be good at this explanation by now. I'm going to go ahead and say the first line and then you guys are going to go ahead and repeat that line and we'll go back and forth just like if we were in the classroom, but it'll be really awkward for me because I can't hear you, but you guys can hear me. So we will be able to go back and forth, which will be awesome. It'll be just like if we were in the classroom. So we're going to go ahead and bow our heads, say Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. And give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. And there you go. That is it for another Classroom Corner. Good story today. And I'm excited for next week's story. I don't know what it is. It just slipped my mind. But I know that whatever story it ends up being, it will be a great story. And it'll be lots of fun. So I hope you guys join me next week for that. I hope you guys have an amazing week. I just hope you're having fun. Even though a lot of stuff is closed, I hope you're finding ways to have fun at home, some creative stuff to do, and I hope you guys are laughing and doing lots of playing and just having fun. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I miss you guys, I love you guys, and God loves you too. So I will see you guys next week. Alright, bye bye.